episode 155.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey, everyone. We have with us today Judy Harper. Judy, how are you?
I'm great.
Wow, man. I can't compete with that. Ali, how you doing?
I could go one better, but I won't. So I'm awesome as well. Great to have you with us today, Judy.
Thank you.
Yeah, so eBay has been Judy Harper's side hustle since December of 2002, where she started selling used collectibles, books, and clothing, and has expanded into her new handcrafted items. Judy, that sounds pretty awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in 2002.
Well, I was just cleaning out the house. I was cleaning out the clutter.
Common story.
Yeah, very common story. And I worked on the weekends in my job at the time, so it wasn't practical to have a garage sale. So I listed items on eBay.
Nice. You know what I think is really, really awesome is that people start their eBay business while they're having another job. It's kind of a casual thing or as casual as they care for it to be. But you know what's really cool? I mean, where else can you start a business and just test drive it just to see if it's going to be something you like or if it's going to be profitable for you? That's really cool, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. So, I ran out of things to sell after a while. And so
your house was empty, was it?
Yeah. The echo.
Yeah. So, my kids started, I started grabbing things from my kids' rooms and they're like, no, don't sell that.
That's ours,
anyway,
Mom.
Right.
So I started attending estate sales and making some of my own items to sell.
Oh, making
your
own. What were you making?
Things. For years, I was a sewing teacher in a fabric store, and I did all kinds of other things, made little things to sell at craft shows and things. And so I started making some of those items and putting them on eBay.
Oh,
well, I just want to say, darn it, but Ali wouldn't get the joke there.
Darn it. I watch a lot of American movies. I know, darn it. I've learned that new word.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from
you darn
there,
socks.
So from there, you progressed into creating more and more of your own stuff.
Yeah, because that's that. You can go to an estate sale and you buy a bunch of books. You can go to a Goodwill and you can pick up some used clothing. But you get all that stuff listed and you start making some of your own stuff. But if your own stuff is what's selling, that's where you put your energy. And so my own stuff that I was making was selling better than the used items I was picking up. So that's what I did more of.
Jeez,
so I'm looking at these two masks. They're camouflage eye travel blindfold dark. Yeah. Did you make those?
Yeah.
That is really cool.
So how much can you make a day though? Have you got like Speedy Gonzales knitting skills or something? I mean, how do you? Well, what are you making? One thing a day? Two things a day?
Oh no! I in a Saturday you can knock out 30, 40 things.
Oh yeah, just knock it. Do you hear that, Ron? Just knock it out. Yeah, no worries.
And then it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and you got to do 30 more. I love how people that are so awesome at what they do just talk about it so casually, and I couldn't fire up a sewing machine, so that's really cool.
Is it a passion?
Is it my passion? Oh, I love doing that. I did as a hobby long before I made money at it.
Right. Jeez,
that's cool.
I think it's cool.
I enjoy doing it.
Yep.
Well, I almost joined the sewing class when I was in high school because that's where all the girls were, if I'm being honest. But I ended up taking typing instead, and that wound up being a better choice for me. So, so that's cool. So, how many years did you teach sewing?
Oh, for about 11 years.
Oh, wow. Done that for quite a while. That's cool. Yep. And so, are you doing anything else right now, or is this your full-time gig?
No, it's not my full-time gig. It's my side hustle. It's my second job.
Oh,
I knew it was your side hustle in 2002. I wasn't sure if it was continued to be or if you moved into the full-time.
No, I'm enjoying income for both a job and my side hustle. So, I put maybe 10 hours a week into this, and it just brings me the extra money I need.
Wow, but you've just got so much feedback. You got so much stuff. I mean, it's amazing how you can do all of that.
Yeah, well, it's been a few years since I started it, so it's accumulation of what I've been doing for several years. But yes, it's consistent. I work on it every day.
Do you have any help?
No.
Wow.
It's just me.
That's why it's Judy's Collectibles and Clothing there, Ron. I mean, it's just Judy in this gig.
It's time for a quick break, but the guys will be right back here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Join us for eCom Chicago, our 5th annual 3-day conference on October 18th through the 20th, specializing in e-commerce and business growth. Listen and learn from accomplished speakers in the e-commerce world, including eBay, Etsy, Merch by Amazon, Walmart, Jet, as well as many others. This will be an opportunity you don't want to miss. Network, share tips and tricks, challenges and successes, and learn from expert speakers and sponsors, as well as the numerous attendees from across the U.S. Be sure to check out the special pre-show vendor day on October 18th live, where vendors will be focused on demos on products and services. Find all the info at ecomchicago.com. Use coupon code podcast to receive $20 off your registration. Visit ecomchicago.com. Sponsorship opportunities available. A repetitive question among eBay sellers is, how can I sell more? Another one is, what solutions should I use to grow my business? Today, we have an answer to both. 3D Sellers. It is a first-of-a-kind platform that combines all vital solutions for eBay sellers under one dashboard. 3D Sellers has powerful tools for you to increase sales. 3D Sellers will boost your feedback score with a smart feedback reminder. 3D Sellers will give your listings a professional look and bring repeat business with professional cross-selling emails, and it is easy to use. There are other tools too. 3D Seller combines all the tools you need. Just visit 3dsellers.com and start a free plan now. It is already trusted by over 200,000 eBay sellers. And now only So You Want to Sell on eBay listeners get a 20% discount for a pro plan. Just use the code podcast. Visit 3dsellers.com now and get ready to sell more.
Check us out online or on social media. Facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay and Twitter at Your eBay Podcast.
So let's do this. So you go to work 9 to 5 or something like that every Monday to Friday, is it? And then the weekends you're at home and you're sewing and you're making your stuff, and then you're taking the pictures and then you're listing it on eBay as well, and then you're shipping as well. I mean, do you sleep?
Yeah, really.
I do get up a little earlier in the morning.
I bet you do.
I mean, before I go to bed, I make sure that all my shipping is done for the next day. And then when I get up in the morning, usually somebody's bought something in the middle of the night. And so I package that up real quick so it'll go out that day. And then so every day during the week, I ship to make sure everything goes out in a timely manner. And then on the weekends, we just crank out the sewing machine and get moving again.
I love it. I love the way you said stuff sells while you're asleep. I mean, God, it sounds really rough.
It's wonderful.
You get paid to sleep.
I do. My husband loves sports cars.
Okay.
And so on a regular basis, he'll say, come on, let's go for a ride. And we'll go for a ride in the sports car. And I'll come home and something is sold while we were gone. And that's the way to make money.
It is.
That is so awesome. What kind of sports car?
Yeah. More interested in the latter, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
His favorite are Miatas.
Oh my goodness. Okay, cool.
So that's awesome. Where did you learn to do this then? As a child, you learned to sew, or you just picked that up while working?
I did learn to sew as a child, and then when I went to college, I took professional sewing classes, and then when I went to work for the fabric store, I took even more instructor classes. So it's been a thing that kind of grew over the years.
Yeah, the fabric store, man. That's where you want to go because that's where all the older ladies who know exactly how to do it old-fashioned, old style, they can teach you as well, right?
Yes. Learn from the experts.
They know exactly. They make everything. I mean, I'm telling you what, my grandma used to make all her clothes. It was just incredible. And, I mean, she had time to do it, obviously, but, man, it was incredible. All her dresses and everything were handmade. I'm like, holy cow, that's incredible. Yeah. They didn't get enough credit back in the day.
So do you use one of these sewing machines that you wiggle your feet, or is it electric now?
I do have one of those wiggle your feet ones.
I don't know what they're called. Sorry, it's very unsophisticated of me. I'm sure there's a better word for it.
Do some research before you.
Yes. That's my antique that I just enjoy owning that used to belong to my grandmother. But no, I have a nice new sophisticated one with a computer in it that, does everything except your dishes.
Wow. Does it embroider as well?
Yes, it does.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, my wife cannot listen to this episode either, Ollie.
Another one.
I'll be buying her another sewing machine, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
She's been wanting one of those.
Tool to do the job, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty accurate. Yep, exactly. I just don't want Ron and all my T-shirts sewn into all my T-shirts.
I love Ron. So So what gives you the inspiration? So like this weekend when you're sewing, is it on demand if people said, hey, I'm interested in buying this, or is it something that just comes for inspiration?
Well, I start off with the things that people have specifically requested. Like this week, I had somebody call and specifically requested some special needs handicapped bibs made out of towels. And so that's where I start off with is the special requests. And then after the special requests have been filled, then I start working on, I have a chart. I evaluate my business each week. I keep track of I go and look at my last 90 days worth of sales. Yep. I see at what rate I'm selling each one of my categories. I look at where my inventory is, and then I do the math to figure out how many days it is before I run out of stuff. And the things that I'm going to run out of first, those are the ones I make this weekend.
That's pretty interesting. So do you buy like remnant material, or do you, I mean, I don't know if you can do that or not. I know in some places you can buy like remnant materials so you can get a better price on them.
Yeah, you can buy in bulk. Most of the wholesale companies will allow you to buy fabric in bulk. But I have acquired suppliers of specific things that I use a lot of, and I just know where I can go and get a good price on them.
Wow. And they know you by name, I'm sure, right?
Oh, definitely.
It's Judy calling again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, there's so many people we interview that seem to have a name. It's like you get like an eBay name. Oh, there she is. There's the hoarder, or there's the woman who likes the socks. But that's brilliant, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can hear it right now over the PA system. Judy's on line 1. Judy on line 1. That's
so what's the weirdest thing you've sewn then? I mean, have you made like what's the weirdest or the biggest, or what's that one product that stood out to you?
Oh my goodness. I'm not thinking of anything specific. Oh, just last week somebody asked me to make. I was making the handicapped bibs for the handicapped people. Yep. And he says, "Can you make some that are waterproof?"
Waterproof.
Wow.
So I went to the store and I found some vinyl that people use to make tablecloths out of.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I sewed that into the front of each of the bibs. And if it works for him, he's happy. If it works for him, then I may just add that to my inventory.
There you go.
I'm gonna say that is really cool. That's really good thinking on your part too, because I'm sitting there thinking, how would you make a bib waterproof? But you came up with a good idea. That's awesome. And not that I'm going to steal your idea.
Yeah. Ron, no sewing.
Yeah, trust me, no sewing.
Yeah. This is amazing. So is there anything that you actually buy externally, or is it every single thing you make?
I still buy clothing at the local Goodwill that's used that looks good. I still buy books at estate sales because those are in my in my store. It's just not the majority of my business right now. The rest of it I make.
Right.
And that's what's one of the other cool things about eBay is you can have, and I see you got your categories all lined up. You can have multiple different things. You don't have to sell you don't have to only sell one thing or not. You can sell whatever you want, right?
Right. And there was a time when scarves were in a few years ago, and I had a whole section with hundreds of scarves for sale in different fabrics and designs, and that did really well. And then that went out of fashion, and so I just closed that part down and stopped making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the towel wraps are very cyclical. I sell a lot of them in the spring, right before everybody goes on their beach vacations. And then I sell a bunch in the fall, right before everybody moves into their dorms at college. And then, I don't sell anymore the rest of the year.
Wow.
Nice.
No, that's cool. I like it. I'm looking at your kitchen towels, sets of 2, and I guess one, a pot holder with a built-in pot holder. Are you making all these?
Yes. I buy the pot holders and the towels to match, and then I sew them.
My goodness, that is.
And those are really good Christmas gifts.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yeah,
They're actually hot. There was a plug there somewhere. I don't know. No, that's really awesome. This is really cool stuff. I'm really looking at this and I'm going, holy cow, my wife could benefit from a lot of this stuff. So really good stuff there. And what is the name of your eBay store?
It's Judys Collectibles and Clothing. And if you're on eBay, you can type that in and find it. But, if you type Judys Collectibles and Clothing into a Google search, I'm first on the list.
Yeah. That's always nice
no one
to
likes
be.
to brag.
Yeah, come on, Julie. Cool. So, is there anything that you wouldn't make? I mean, is there a designs that you wouldn't do? So if I came to you and saying, look, I want this blanket that has a Harry Potter face on it, would you be able to do it, or?
Well, if it's copyrighted, I can't.
Okay. Mickey, he's copyrighted as well, isn't he, Mickey the Mouse? All right. If it wasn't copyrighted, would you be able to do it?
Absolutely.
I love
I tell you what.
Yeah, that determination. That was awesome.
I'm going to tell you how much I know about babies because I do have 5 kids and my youngest is 7 now. But I'll tell you this. My sister-in-law used to make cloth diapers, and she'd have it was something like a washcloth where there was like a pocket where you could slide a washcloth in there and just take those out. What do you think of that?
There you go.
Ooh, I may have to go find something like that.
I'm telling you,
there's a challenge.
There were cloth diapers because cloth diapers are coming back, I think. I hear. And, like I said, this had like a pocket in it, so you would slide that washcloth in and basically, you'd have to wash both, but it was the washcloth that took the hit.
See, most of my ideas for things that I'm sewing started off with somebody saying this would be a good idea. And then we tried it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how everything started. Every single thing you see started from that concept.
When I went to college, I took several business classes because that was my degree. And my first business professor in my first business class said on day 1, he says, the solution to business is find a need and fill it.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I learned it the same way, only a little bit different. It was problem, solution, call to action. That's basically the same thing. So, yep.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool. I love it. I mean, you've got a really nice variety of things. And like you had said, you made a lot of it. These sleep masks are really cool. And you've got a variety of different patterns and shape. Well, not patterns, I guess, but different styles. Really cool.
Well, that came from when I met my husband about 10 years ago. He sleeps with a sleep mask. And the problem is that the only place you can really find those, back in the day before we could shop online, the only place to find them was to go to the local sex toy store.
Oh
my God. I don't want to know how you found that out, right?
And he says, can you make these for me? And can you make them not out of silk? I want something more comfortable like a blanket. And so we made that, and now I sell them because other people need them.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to say when you met your husband, you had to wear one of these. I mean, that would have been a bad story, right? You know,
that would have been a great story.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cool. No, I love how you take an idea and you kind of go with it, right? I mean, and then sell them. So you've done a lot here. It looks like you've got a lot going on, and you stay pretty busy. But you only say you do 10 hours a day. What else do you do? If you don't mind me asking.
10 hours a weekend.
It's about 10 hours a week, a little less than an hour a day, Monday through Friday for shipping. And then I do a bunch of sewing on Saturday.
Right. Wow.
So could you see yourself coming out of your other job and doing this full time?
Well, eventually I'm going to need to because, first of all, my boss plans to retire in 5 years.
Okay.
I'll be 63, and it's hard for a 63-year-old to find a new job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to get to the point where I'm going to need to or want to retire for some reason. So this is a great option. It gives me choices.
I love it. Yeah, it definitely does, man. And build it up now. You've got, you know, steam time to build up steam, and that's really cool.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
So, you have an idea, a big idea, and you're ready to jump into the world of e-commerce. Awesome. But where to start? The answer is only a click away. At solutionsforecommerce.com, you'll find available services to help manage, audit, or even build your e-commerce site from the ground up. With over 10 years of experience in developing and managing channels on sites like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, and Etsy, Solutions for E-commerce can help you to grow your small or large business. Take a step back from the technical and do what you do best, and let Solutions for E-commerce handle the tedious stuff like creating, reviewing, adding, or removing listings, setting up or organizing store categories, even merchandising and customer support. Find out why their clients say that their business wouldn't be what it is today without the help from Solutions for E-commerce. Visit solutionsforecommerce.com and take your e-commerce business to the next level. That's solutions, the number 4 ecommerce.com. Use promo code eBay at checkout for an exclusive So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast discount.
Be sure to check out So You Want to Sell on eBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So tell us a little bit about where you see yourself in the next 5 years then. I mean, you know, obviously you're talking about, he's retiring and things. I mean, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I mean, there's only so much I can do as long as I'm still working full time.
Yep.
So, you know, at some point, I will need to put some more time into it to get more inventory. I mean, when you have more inventory, you sell more.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. And I do see you've got a 99.9% positive feedback, which is really awesome. And it shows that you understand the value of the positive feedback,
Plus
right?
13,000 of them.
Yeah, 13,000 of them.
Yeah, you might left that bit out. Gee, I mean, that's really amazing. I also noticed, actually looking at your store, because I'm spying on you, that best offer you're using out on everything.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, because if somebody's interested in buying your thing, you at least need to listen to them. If they say, gee, that's too much, but I will be willing to pay this much, I mean, at least consider it.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you can only, like my mom always said, they can only shake their head one of two ways, you know?
Right.
Well, they can actually kind of go around too, and you know, in circles and stuff. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Don't spoil the moment. It was good. I just love it because you're a little bit different than other people that we interviewed, and you know, a lot of people, they sort of still have a corporate job. They're desperately trying to get out of it using eBay, but you're doing it as a fun way. You're still working, enjoying your job, but you're also just sitting at home sewing and making stuff for people and using it as a real sort of fun way to express yourself as well, which I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
But I do with what I earn from this, I do with what anybody would do with a second job money. I pay some bills with it. I stash some in my retirement account. I'm not going to be one of those, 15 years from now, I'm not going to be one of those poor widows trying to live on her Social Security check. I have a retirement account.
Correct.
There you go. That's awesome because we all know people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. Bada boom. That's my financial advisor quote for the day.
Yeah. Sponsored by.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea because, you got to have fun. So go out to eat once in a while at a nice restaurant, but, do something responsible with the rest of the money or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
I'm loving this. I'm loving the way you take your pictures as well. Are you doing all that as well, or you got your husband working for you?
No, I take the pictures.
Does your husband do anything for you? I mean, you not got him working yet?
My husband's retired and disabled and is enjoying his sports cars. So why would I take that away from him?
Yeah.
No doubt. That's really cool, and it's awesome that you're doing that. So, do you give him different masks, like for his birthdays and Christmas? Does he get a new mask every season?
Oh, he's got a collection of them in the drawer. His favorite one is the camo one.
I would think so. That's my favorite as well, just from the ones I've seen.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Do you do any thrifting at all? I mean, do you go out to thrift stores, run garage sales, or anything like that, or do you not do any of that?
Yes, I do. I live out in the middle of absolutely nowhere in southern Indiana. And we have estate sales here every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you go out there and you're bidding along with the Amish people and the farmers and the ranchers and the estate sales just have wonderful treasures of collectibles and other things. So I enjoy going to estate sales, and I'll hit one early in the morning on Saturday. And if I find something fun, I'll get it. I'll put it up.
Yeah, just get it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about kind of going to those estate sales and just finding that treasure that nobody else recognizes. It just seems like it'd be kind of cool to do.
Well, because I'm out in the country, we don't get as many people attending the estate sales as you do in the city.
Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I can usually get some pretty good bargains.
Very cool.
Did you haggle? Do you haggle with it? Do you have some fun out there?
Of course.
Yes, like this is 20 cents. Let's get it for 10 cents. You do any of that sort of stuff?
At the garage sales, but most of the estate sales are auctions. And so, lots of fast talking and bidding.
Yep.
Yeah, and don't scratch your nose.
Right.
20 grand.
Yeah. Yep. And it doesn't have an engine. That's right.
So this is something I like asking people who do that sort of stuff. How do you control yourself? I mean, how do you say, right, I'm not spending more? Do you go in there with an amount of money that you're going to spend and that's it? I mean, I could get really carried away in there, end up with a house, a car, well, if I had the cash, but do you know what I mean? There must be discipline.
I give myself a specific budget, and when I decide, I go through and I view all the items and I know what I'm going to bid on, and I tell myself I'm not going to go over this amount for this. Okay.
That's fair because you know what? That there is something to be said, Ali, about control, right? I mean, because if you go in there with your debit card and you just go crazy and stuff with no structure at all, man, no deadlines, no commitments on your end, then, you could get yourself in trouble.
Well, and that's where you make your money, is buying something at a low price. If you buy it at a high price, you've lost your profit.
Already, yeah. Yep, you make your money on the buy, not the sell. Absolutely. That's really cool, man. I'm just kind of going through your store here and enjoying what I'm looking at here. It's a lot of good stuff here. You got some healthcare stuff. You've got sleeping aids. You got music. Man, you just got a lot of good stuff here.
I'm helping a sweet little old widow who's her husband loved to collect jazz CDs. And when he passed away last year, she said, I have thousands of jazz CDs in my house. Help me.
Help me.
Oh, wow.
I know you sell on eBay.
And so I went over to her house and I filled up a box with jazz CDs and I brought them back home and I put some up for sale. And every time, and after expenses, she gets half, I get half, and then when I've collected $100 worth of her money, I take it back to her house and give her $100 and pick up another box of CDs.
Nice.
That is awesome. That is really cool. I'm looking through this jazz stuff. I've never heard of these guys, but I mean, well, there's Ella Fitzgerald. I've heard of her, obviously, but man, there's a lot of cool stuff. I love jazz. Yep, it's a lot of cool things.
So that could be
here.
a sideline business sort of thing. You know, you could be, and we've interviewed people who do that, is sell other people's products as well.
Consignment.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly
it's just
what you're doing.
another thing, but I imagine this also comes with a lot of headaches as well. This is amazing.
Yes.
We're running out of time here. Ron, final question.
Okay.
It's all yours.
Yes.
The pressure.
Oh my gosh, the final question. How did you meet the person you're consigning with?
Ooh.
Oh, actually, she's a friend of a friend. That's how you meet people. That's how you find jobs. That's how you make connections. It's somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, a man who
That's
knows
true.
a man who knows a dog who knows a woman. Yes.
Yes.
Was that? We can have another final question, Ron. I mean, that was quite a quickie. Have you got another one up your sleeve there?
Yes, I do actually. So, we've talked about, where you see yourself in 5 years. We know that you are doing this, part-time and loving this and your current job, and you're helping your husband as well. Are you getting any help at all? We kind of talked about this. Maybe we already did. Are you getting any help with any of this, business, or is it all you?
It's all me. It's all
Wow.
me. I've kept it manageable.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's a couple things that I contract with somebody to do the accounting. I contract with somebody to, repair my sewing machines. I mean, contract with people to do things, but the eBay's all me.
Yep. And I think, do you know what? By the sounds of it, and sadly we're run out of time, but I think by the sounds of what you're saying is this is your little baby anyway. This is your little passion. This is,
Yes.
everything on it is created by you mostly, and it's, yeah, why would
Therapy.
you want? Yeah, it is therapy.
It is. Some people see this as therapy.
I love the word. It could be meditative at the same time. It's like, I love it. But it is. Ron's right. This is your little therapy. This is your thing. So I love it. I'm glad you could spend the time with us today, and I'm glad you came on and to share your story like that, because it's just another beautiful story.
Well, good. I was happy to do so.
Brilliant. Well, we'll post all the notes today on the show notes page, which is at www.soyouwantasellonebay.com/show notes. But before you leave us, what's the best way that people can contact you?
Well, I just go into Google, type Judy's Clothing and Collectibles. It'll take you to my store. Click on the thing that says contact seller. Send me a message.
Look at that. I love it when it's that easy.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, once again, thanks for spending the time with us, Judy. It's been great fun. From everyone here at So You Want to Sell on eBay, I'm Ali Young.
And I'm Ron LeBeau.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwantasellonebay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter at Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening. And until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwantasellonebay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you. This podcast was produced in part by Pro Voice Works.